Hey everyone! Welcome to Anime Dreams. Today's fanfic adventure dives into, What if FemNaru joined Team 7, Part 2? Disclaimer: the content on this channel is intended purely for entertainment and discussion. I do not claim ownership of any anime footage featured in this video. All rights and credits belong to their respective creators and copyright holders. Alright, let's jump right into it. Banshee's calm voice came through the comms. Target is 5 meters. I'm ready. Copy that, Dobie. Target is at 4 meters now. Standing by, Urojanan confirmed. Thanks, Urojanan. 5 meters from target, Dobie replied. Use your codename, Dobie, Urojanan reminded with a hint of impatience. Nope, not happening, Dobie said firmly. Come on, Dobie, Banshee said with a sigh. Still not using it, Dobie replied defiantly. Scarecrow to Urojanan, Banshee, and Dobie, are you all ready? Scarecrow's voice crackled over the comms. Hi. All three answered in unison. All right, team, go. Scarecrow commanded. The trio jumped into the clearing, ready to catch their target. The mysterious creature darting through the forest turned out to be a very energetic cat. Naruto managed to grab it, but the cat wiggled and squirmed in his grip. Hold still! Naruto exclaimed, trying not to let the cat escape. That's not just a cat. Naruto continued, struggling to hold it steady. Kurama says it's Matatabi, the two-tailed demon cat. It only has one tail, Naruto argued with the voice in his head. Have you heard of the Nibi cloak, kid? It's pretty powerful, Kurama replied with amusement. Confirmed target, ribbon on the left ear, Sasuke reported into the comms. This cat is way too feisty, Sakura muttered as she watched the chaos. Naruto sighed. It's like it has a mind of its own. At the academy, Naruto sat in Iruka's office, looking frustrated. That cat was impossible to handle, Sasuke remarked. Completely agree. It's like it was out to get us. Sakura added. I'm telling you, it wasn't an ordinary cat, Naruto insisted. Kurama says it might be Matatabi, the two-tailed demon cat. It only has one tail, Sakura reminded him. Maybe it's just hiding its power. Naruto argued. Iruka shook his head with a small smile as the Hokage listened, clearly entertained by the discussion. Meanwhile, Kakashi quietly chuckled, his mind wandering. Kurama and Matatabi, huh? That's quite the story. Can we focus on the next mission? Sasuke asked, steering the conversation back on track. The Hokage glanced at the mission list. Let's see. Babysitting, dog walking, weed pulling. No way. All three Janan exclaimed in unison. Naruto crossed his arms. Those aren't real missions. The most difficult thing we've faced is that cat. Tora, Kakashi corrected, smiling behind his mask. The Hokage raised an eyebrow. So, you want a more challenging mission? Absolutely. Naruto declared confidently. The Hokage nodded. All right. Here's a C-rank mission for you. You'll be escorting and protecting a bridge builder to the Land of Waves. Tazuna-san, please come in. The door opened, and an older man with a tired expression walked in. He glanced at the trio and frowned. These kids are supposed to protect me? My grandson is tougher, and he's only 8. And what's with the blonde one? Naruto bristled at the comment but kept calm. Don't worry. We'll keep you safe. Kakashi stepped in before Naruto could say more. Let's focus on preparing for the mission, team. Sasuke smirked as he turned to Naruto. Cheer up, Naru-chan. Naruto glared at him. Not funny, Sasuke. Naru-chan, Sasuke teased again. The room filled with quiet laughter as Kakashi and the Hokage observed the team's lively interaction. The mission ahead was sure to be an adventure full of unexpected surprises. Alright team, Meet me and Tazuna-san at the East Gates in 2 hours, Kakashi instructed before dismissing the group. 3 hours later, at the gates. I knew it. He's late again. Naruto exclaimed in frustration, glaring at the empty spot where their sensei should have been. This is the guy you insisted we keep around, Sakura retorted, folding her arms. Whatever, let's just leave without him. No, we're waiting, Sakura countered firmly. Would both of you just stop arguing? Seriously, it's not that hard to wait a couple of hours, Sasuke interjected. He sighed heavily before muttering, all right, fine. Let's just go. Without another word, he started walking toward the gate. Tazuna hesitated, looking uncertain. Shouldn't we wait for the Jounin? It'd be much safer if he was here. Sasuke stopped, glanced back, and relented. Fine. We'll wait. 2.5 hours later. With a puff of smoke, Kakashi finally appeared, and a smile visible beneath his mask as he raised a casual peace sign. Yo! He greeted cheerfully. Naruto's frustration boiled over. Yo, he says. You've got to be kidding me. She fumed, shaking her fist in the air. Ignoring Naruto's outburst, the team set off for the land of waves. The sun shone brightly overhead, and a light breeze carried through the air. Despite the pleasant weather, Naruto, ever dramatic, grumbled loudly. This heat is unbearable. She groaned. Would you quit complaining? It's annoying, Naru-chan, Sasuke teased with a smirk. Would you stop calling me Naru-chan? I don't want your irritating fans pestering me all the time. Naruto glared at Sasuke with all her might, only to be interrupted by Sakura's loud shriek. Kakashi-sensei! Sakura yelled, her voice echoing through the forest. Nearby, 2 Kirigakure shinobi stood silently. One had shoulder-length, wild dark brown hair and piercing dark eyes. He wore a rebreather covering the lower half of his face, a large clawed gauntlet laced with poison on his left arm, and a chain connecting his weapon to his brother's. His camouflage suit was complemented by bandages around his waist, dark-colored knee-length sandals, and several pouches. A horned Kirigakure forehead protector adorned his head. Let's do this, Gozu, he said. Gozu, his brother, looked nearly identical, except he wore a tattered black cape and a single horned headband. Right, Maizu, Gozu replied. Naruto scrutinized their intimidating appearance before muttering, how did Sensei even lose to them? Her disbelief was apparent in her tone. Sasuke sighed. Naruto, this is serious. These are Kirigakure ninjas, likely mid to high Chunin level. Sakura, protect Tazuna-san. Naruto and I will handle this. Hi, Sasuke-kun, Sakura replied obediently. Sure, bossy, Naruto muttered under her breath before charging forward, chakra-infused fists ready. Let's see what you've got. With incredible speed, she struck Maizu's gauntlet, shattering it, then swept him off his feet with a low kick. Her movements were a flash of yellow light. Meanwhile, Sasuke noticed seals scattered on the ground. Upon closer inspection, he realized they were modified Hiraishin seals, though not attached to kunai. His gaze shifted to Gozu, narrowing as he analyzed their strategy. Before anyone could react, both enemies were bound to a tree. I didn't even get a chance to fight, Sasuke muttered, clearly disappointed. Sorry, Sasuke. Guess I got carried away, Naruto said, grinning. But hey, better safe than sorry, right? I can't stand you, Naru-chan, Sasuke replied, exasperated. Naruto's glare could pierce steel. Call me that again, and you'll regret it. Let's calm down, everyone, Kakashi said, suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Naruto jumped in surprise. Where did you come from? Kakashi's trademark nonchalance didn't falter. You see, when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much, they... Kakashi-sensei. Sakura shrieked, interrupting him. The team continued their journey in silence until Sakura tried to start a conversation. So, Naruto, she began hesitantly, have you ever kissed anyone other than Sasuke? Naruto nearly choked on her spit. What? That was an accident, Banshee. But, if you must know, yes, I have. Really? I thought I was your first, Sasuke teased with a smirk. My first male kiss, Naruto clarified, rolling her eyes. I've kissed a girl before too, just an experiment. Turns out Hinata really is innocent. She fainted the moment our lips touched. Naruto's flashback. Hinata and I were training in the forest. She's insanely dedicated, she trains more than anyone I know. I couldn't help but admire her determination. But as I watched her, an idea crossed my mind. Hinata, I said, walking toward her with a playful smirk. Why do you seem so innocent all the time? Her face turned pink as she avoided eye contact. I don't know. It's just my personality, I guess. I draped a scarf around her neck and leaned in. Her entire body froze as I gave her a light kiss. Before I could say anything else, she fainted. Wow, I thought, she really is that innocent. Later, when she woke up, I looked at her with a grin. You know, it's rude to faint before kissing back. Just saying. Hinata's face turned crimson as she stuttered. I couldn't help but laugh. Relax. You're my best friend, I wouldn't spill your secrets, I said, patting her shoulder. End flashback. Wait, you kissed Hinata just to see if she was innocent? Sakura asked, her tone incredulous. Behind them, Tazuna sweat dropped. Are they seriously discussing kisses during a mission? He whispered to Kakashi. Kakashi chuckled. I think I need to have a chat with Kurenai and Asuma about their students' priorities. So, did you ever kiss Kiba? Sasuke asked, raising an eyebrow. Naruto's face turned red. That's none of your business. Come on, tell us. Sakura pleaded. Fine, Naruto grumbled. Naruto's perspective. Flashback. After the team assignment day, I went home to rest and prepare for tomorrow's test. My apartment was, well, a bit messy. Living alone can be hard sometimes, especially when it comes to cleaning up. As I started thinking about tidying, my thoughts were interrupted by a knock on the door. I'm coming. I called out. I opened the door to see Kiba standing there with Akamaru wagging his tail. Hey there, Naruto? Miss me? Kiba said cheerfully as he stepped inside. Kiba, what are you doing here? I asked, surprised. I had been planning to rest, and this was definitely unexpected. Is that how you greet your friends, Naru-chan? Kiba teased. I blinked. Did he just call me Naru-chan? That was new. Kiba, seriously, what do you need? I asked again as he made himself comfortable on my bed. Who's stopping you from sleeping? He replied innocently, clearly not realizing that he was the reason. I sighed and decided to play along. Kiba wasn't going anywhere anytime soon, so I might as well deal with it. I walked over to my wardrobe. These bandages are uncomfortable, I muttered to myself. I used them to keep everything in place, but they could get a little tight after a long day. Kiba raised an eyebrow. Wait, you wear bandages? Why? I gave him a look. It's nothing important, Kiba, I said quickly, not wanting to get into details. Okay, sorry. Kiba said, raising his hands as if to say he didn't mean anything by it. I went back to the bed and laid down next to him, resting my head on his chest like I was trying to get comfortable. I could feel him tense up, and I had to stifle a laugh. So, what's your sensei like? I asked, trying to make conversation. Kiba stammered. She's kind of scary sometimes. I raised an eyebrow. Kiba, usually so confident, was suddenly stumbling over his words. It was actually kind of funny. Before I could say anything else, Kiba suddenly shifted and leaned in close. Before I knew it, his face was just inches from mine. Ramen, he blurted out suddenly. Ramen? I repeated, confused. But honestly, it made me hungry. End of flashback. Normal perspective. I was just laying there, completely confused. Naruto exclaimed, throwing her hands in the air. Sakura chuckled. Sounds like he might have a little crush on you, Naruto. Naruto frowned. I don't like talking about stuff like that with you, Sakura. You always say things like that, she muttered. Wait, Sakura said, tilting her head. Do you really wear bandages all the way to your stomach? Why? Naruto sighed. I just don't like how it looks, she said simply, making an oval shape with her hands. Sasuke, who was walking ahead, had clearly had enough of their conversation. Kakashi-sensei, can we talk about something else? He said, moving to walk next to Kakashi. Meanwhile, Sakura smiled at Naruto. You should be proud of how you look. Naruto shrugged. Maybe. But, she suddenly froze, noticing a sound in the bushes. Without hesitation, Naruto reached for a kunai and threw it toward the bush. Sakura gasped, and everyone else tensed. Naruto, what's going on? Sakura asked nervously. Naruto walked over carefully and parted the bushes, only to find a little bunny hopping out. It's just a bunny, she said, letting out a breath. No need to state the obvious, Naruto, Sasuke commented dryly. I'm so sorry, little rabbit. Naruto exclaimed, hugging the rabbit tightly. But why are you white? It's springtime. Kakashi's eyes widened. Everyone, get down. The team obeyed immediately as a massive sword flew through the air, embedding itself in a nearby tree. A man stood there, his back to Team 7 and Tazuna, his appearance striking, especially since he was shirtless. Momochi Zabuza. Kakashi muttered, his voice low enough for his students to hear. Kakashi of the Sharingan, Zabuza remarked, his tone calm. No wonder the demon brothers failed. Naruto couldn't resist joining the conversation. He's so built. What kind of training does he do? Meanwhile, in another part of the village, a female voice shouted from outside a house. What has he been eating? He weighs a ton. Inside the house, a woman and her son exchanged concerned glances as the shouting grew louder. You can destroy a training ground, but you can't carry Kakashi-sensei? A male voice retorted from outside. The mother and son moved toward the door, but before they could open it, it was kicked open. Be quiet, Urogenon. And for the record, I'm still mad at you for accidentally grabbing me. A blonde-haired girl fumed, dragging an unconscious Kakashi behind her. She tossed him to the floor, glaring at the boy. Don't flatter yourself. It was an accident, he replied indignantly. Why would I grab you on purpose in the middle of a battle? The blonde girl rolled her eyes before delivering a punch to his stomach. Stupid pervert, she muttered. Enough. A pink-haired girl interjected. Naruto, leave Sasuke alone and help Kakashi-sensei to a bed. He's exhausted, not some object you can just throw around. Naruto, grumbling under his breath, hoisted Kakashi onto his shoulder and turned to the bewildered mother and son. Excuse me, ma'am. Where is your guest room? He asked politely. The mother, Tsunami, stepped forward hesitantly. Oh, right this way, she said, leading him toward the guest room. Sasuke's eyes widened in disbelief. Sakura. Are you sure we brought back the right Naruto? He whispered to the pink-haired girl. Sakura simply shook her head. I don't know, she admitted. Naruto glared at them over his shoulder. You two can stop doubting me. I can be polite when I want to. An awkward silence fell over the group. Maybe the apocalypse is near, Sasuke muttered under his breath. Naruto shot him a sharp look. Cut it out, Uchiha. He barked before stomping off to help their teacher. Tsunami decided it was best to step in before things escalated further. I'm Tsunami, by the way, Tazana's daughter. Please make yourselves comfortable while your sensei rests, she said, attempting to lighten the mood. Sasuke's point of view. Flashback. Thanks, girly, Zabuza responded to Naruto's playful comment about his appearance. You too. That trick worked. I glanced up at the shirtless swordsman, frowning. Is he seriously noticing her? Don't give me that look, I care about her, okay? That's why I asked her about Kiba. I just wanted to know if there was something going on. Unbelievable, I muttered under my breath. I thought no one heard me, until I noticed Kakashi-sensei's curious glance. Great. Why, thank you, Zabuza-san, Naruto said cheerfully, flashing a bright smile. May I just say? I like you. Want to be my rival? Her grin is kind of endearing. But wait, does she really like him? Should I be saying something like that? Focus, Sasuke. My priority is my clan. Kakashi-sensei, Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, stay close to Tazana-san and follow the plan, Kakashi instructed firmly, his voice steady. Thanks for the encouragement, Scarecrow, Naruto murmured quietly, her frustration clear. We took our positions as ordered. The air grew thick with mist, making it hard to see. I instinctively moved closer to Tazana to ensure he was protected, and my teammates followed suit. That's when my hand accidentally. Naruto's point of view. Accidentally? Really, Sasuke? Don't try to make it sound like an innocent mistake. Sasuke's point of view. As I was saying, my hand accidentally brushed, fine, okay, it grazed something soft. That's when I realized Naruto was right in front of me. I must have reached out while motioning for her to move back. No, I'm not a weirdo. Don't worry, kid. I probably would have done the same thing in your position, came a voice behind us. We turned around quickly, only to realize it was just Kakashi-sensei giving instructions. His calm demeanor reassured us, and we quickly refocused. Before I knew it, Kakashi-sensei was demonstrating incredible strategies that left us all amazed. His skills with the Sharingan were something I couldn't help but admire. I wonder what it would have been like if he were part of my clan. End of flashback. Normal point of view. I'll assist Naruto. Sakura, you stay here with Tazana-san and Inari, Sasuke instructed confidently. Sakura nodded eagerly, clearly impressed with him. Sasuke headed upstairs and encountered Tazana's daughter, Tsunami. Tsunami-san, he greeted politely. Tsunami turned to him with a kind smile. I'm Uchiha Sasuke. My team is here to protect your father. She nodded in acknowledgement. I'm sure Naruto didn't properly introduce herself earlier. Her name is Uzumaki Naruto. Our sensei is Hatake Kakashi, and the pink-haired girl downstairs is Haruno Sakura. We're Jinan from Konoha. Tsunami smiled warmly. I'm Tsunami. You've already met my father, Tazana, and my son, Inari, who's downstairs. We're very grateful for your help, Sasuke-kun. Thank you, Tsunami-san, Sasuke replied. I should check on Naruto. She's been working hard to help Kakashi-sensei. Tsunami chuckled lightly. She's quite determined. Good luck, Sasuke-kun. When Sasuke entered the room, he found Naruto caring for Kakashi, gently placing a damp cloth on his forehead. Her focus and care were remarkable. Naruto, Sasuke called softly, making her jump in surprise. You sneaky jerk! Naruto exclaimed, pointing a finger at him. Were you spying on me? Actually, I came to help, Sasuke replied calmly. I think we did well working together earlier, and I wanted to discuss some things with Kakashi-sensei once he wakes up. Naruto's eyes lit up. You want to work with me more? Don't get carried away, Sasuke said with a faint smirk. Let's focus. Thanks for stepping up earlier when it mattered. Of course. I had to think on my feet, but I managed. Naruto beamed with pride. Sasuke allowed a small smile. You did well. Naruto's P.O.V. Flashback. The moment Kakashi-sensei got caught in the water prison, I couldn't help but think to myself, Uro-Jinan. It's our turn, I said, rushing forward with a chakra-infused fist. The Mizu Bunshin had already drawn a large sword, but I quickly threw a regular kunai at it. The clone caught it and threw it back, but I dodged, ready to counter. Behind me, Sasuke was preparing a fire jutsu. How did I know? Mind your business. But before I could launch an attack on Zabuza, I threw my special Hiraishin kunai to Sasuke. I teleported to it in an instant, just in time to see Sasuke unleash his fireball at the clone. What the clone didn't notice was my kunai, hidden just behind the fireball, heading straight for Zabuza's position. As the clone dodged my kunai, it went straight toward the original Zabuza. He caught it just in time, but I immediately teleported to the spot and landed a punch enhanced by chakra. That was how I first encountered Zabuza and how I met someone important to me. End of flashback. Normal P.O.V. An awkward silence filled the air before Sasuke spoke up. I didn't mean to. He was interrupted by Naruto. Save it, Uro-Jinan. I didn't do this just to help Kakashi-sensei for no reason. Naruto said, frustrated. How could Sasuke not have noticed the situation? Naruto wasn't exactly known for his patience, but he was doing his best, even when exhaustion was taking over. What are you planning? Sasuke asked, eyeing Naruto suspiciously. Naruto flashed a mischievous grin. I'm going to find out what's under his mask. Sasuke sighed, rubbing his temples. Why do I even bother asking? The answer's going to get us in trouble anyway. Naruto moved closer to Kakashi's mask, and Sasuke watched in surprise. What are you doing? He blurted. Naruto blinked, turning sharply. What is it? She asked, worried. It's nothing, Sasuke stammered, shaking his head. Forget it. Naruto sighed, shaking her head, but there was still a curious glint in her eyes. As she looked at Kakashi, she spoke up again. You know, I think I finally get why Kakashi-sensei always wears that mask. Sasuke raised an eyebrow. Why? Naruto grinned mischievously. It's to hide his surprise when he reads that book of his. Sasuke rolled his eyes. You're so weird. Naruto smirked at him. Well, at least my hair doesn't look like a bird's nest. Sasuke smirked back, unfazed. At least I don't have to wear 2 hairbands. Naruto gasped dramatically. You're right. And your eyes. They're a nice shade of blue. Before Sasuke could protest, Naruto finished, I was just comparing them to Ino's. Sasuke turned red. I didn't mean it like that. Naruto grinned at his flustered expression. Sasuke, which one's prettier, huh? Sasuke froze for a moment, then quickly looked away. You're impossible, he muttered. As they stood there, an awkward silence fell over them, and just as Naruto was about to respond, Kakashi's voice rang out from below. Naruto, Sasuke, what's going on? Kakashi was awake. Both of them quickly turned away, their faces turning red. Naruto muttered, I'll go tell Tsunami-san you're awake. As she left, Kakashi looked up at Sasuke, a playful glint in his eye. So, you two were having a moment? Sasuke flushed, unsure how to respond. We weren't. Naruto hurried down the stairs and into the kitchen. Tsunami-san, Kakashi-sensei just woke up. Banshee, come on. He called out as the 3 females followed him back upstairs. How long has he been awake? Tsunami asked. About 5 minutes, Naruto answered, opening the door to Kakashi's room. However, the sight they encountered was not what they expected. Sasuke was trying to strangle Kakashi, who was desperately struggling to defend himself. Jinan. Are you trying to hurt our ticket to success? Naruto yelled at her teammate, cracking her knuckles in a threatening manner. Sasuke froze, staring at her. Had she really just acted like nothing had happened between them? It seemed so. But. He was. Sasuke stammered, his face turning red. Sasuke. Let go of me, Kakashi said in a sing-song voice. Sasuke reluctantly released his sensei and sat back down. After a long conversation, one that Naruto claimed felt like it took half a year, they discovered that Zabuza was still alive. Oh yeah. Naruto cheered, causing everyone to look at her. What? Can't I cheer for my future husband? He practically took my punch like it came from an academy student. She grinned. Sasuke growled softly, clearly frustrated. Had she really forgotten about their near kiss? Whatever it was bothering him. Damn troublesome woman, he thought, sighing. I'll train you, and in a week, you'll be stronger, Kakashi offered, making Naruto sparkle with excitement. Later, in a random forest, Kakashi stood with a pair of crutches and an evil grin under his mask. He was ready to push them hard. Okay, my cute little students. We're going to teach you how to. He paused dramatically before continuing, climb trees. The three Jinan stared at him, completely stunned. Climb trees? Are you serious? Naruto asked, bewildered. Kakashi sighed and, after explaining things thoroughly, assigned each of them a tree to climb. What did these trees smoke to get so high? Naruto exclaimed, staring up at an impossibly tall tree. Something you didn't, Sasuke retorted. My height is just fine, whether you like it or not. She snapped. Is she upset? Sasuke thought, almost saying it aloud but deciding it was better for his well-being to keep quiet. Sasuke continued to sit, adjusting his bandages, watching the energetic, chatty blonde. Naruto, he murmured, smiling slightly as she motivated herself, when a loud voice suddenly rang out above. Hey, this is easy. It shrieked, making everyone wince at the high-pitched sound. Naruto looked up to see Sakura perched on a branch. Nice job, you go girl. Even the quiet ones have their moments, Sasuke said with a smirk. Shut up, Naruto, I was talking to the other, not you. Sakura shrieked again. Kakashi sighed as he watched his team. Good job, Sakura. You can head back now. We'll be here training, he said with a smile, covering his ears from another high-pitched yell. But I want to watch Sasuke-kun. Sakura protested. Sakura, we're on a mission. Go ahead to Tazuna-san's house, Kakashi instructed, and with a pout, Sakura left. Naruto resumed training, but she was struggling with control, especially when using her feet. Sasuke was trying to focus when he suddenly remembered something important. He turned and walked over to Kakashi, who seemed intrigued. Can I help you, Sasuke? Kakashi asked with a raised eyebrow. I need to talk to you. Alone. Away from everyone, Sasuke muttered, staring at the ground. Sure thing, Kakashi responded, grinning. Once they were out of earshot, Sasuke muttered something so softly that Kakashi didn't catch it. Could you speak a little louder? Kakashi teased, amused. Sasuke took a deep breath before asking the question he'd been thinking about for a while. How do you know when you're in love with someone? Kakashi chuckled under his mask. Well, you might feel nervous or excited when you think about them. But in your case, I think it's just a crush. Sasuke thought for a moment. Yeah, probably. He walked away, thinking about it, while Kakashi stood there, smirking under his mask. Sasuke stopped mid-step. Did I just admit that I have a crush? Great. This is going to be awkward. Shaking it off, he headed back to Naruto, who was still trying to climb the tree but struggling. Having trouble, Dobi? Sasuke asked. Naruto fell backward in surprise, growling. Stupid Uchiha, do you always sneak up on me? I'm not just made of sass, you know. I've got more going on than that. Sasuke smirked. Is that so? He teased. Naruto raised an eyebrow, clearly getting annoyed. You really don't know how to stop, do you? I'll stop when we're not in a training forest, Sasuke replied casually. Naruto snickered. You're such a goof. You know freaking isn't a curse word, right? Sasuke raised an eyebrow, not sure where she was going with this. Naruto looked mischievously at him. I'll teach you how to use real words, but you have to listen carefully. First, repeat after me, I'll do that when we're not in a messed up forest. Sasuke was silent for a moment, pondering her words, before replying with a smirk, not sure I'll use those words, but I get your point. Naruto rolled her eyes. You're impossible. Unbelievable, always acting so difficult. Men really don't understand sometimes. I can't even imagine what it would be like if they had to face the same challenges we do. I'd love to see a man try to go through the kind of things we do. It's tough, but we get through it because we're strong, she muttered quietly, but he could still hear her. I understand. Let's just focus on training, he replied. The rest of the evening was spent like that, training, practicing, and pushing each other to improve. A little boy named Inari watched from the shadows. What's the problem? They'll all be okay in the end, he thought as he walked away from Team 7 and the 2 trees Naruto had playfully named the hash trees. The next morning at Tazuna's house. Kakashi-sensei, I'm worried. They didn't come back last night, Sakura said with concern. Sakura, don't worry about them. They're just training, he reassured her. Sakura glanced down at her breakfast, still feeling uneasy. She eventually stood up, said her thanks, and left the house. Now I just have to find them, she thought. The dense forest. Naruto and Sasuke were breathing heavily, staring at each other. Just you wait. I'll win this, Naruto said, pulling a kunai from her bag. Kakashi had given her a holster for it, and she used it to launch herself to the top of the tree. Sasuke saw this and was a little surprised. Oi! Naruto, that's not fair. He called out. All's fair in rivalry and training. She shouted back, grinning. Well, it's not fair to change the rules, he said, still a little annoyed. Whatever, you worry too much, she teased. Sakura arrived just in time to witness the scene. Naruto? How did you get up there so quickly? She's just clever, that's all, Sasuke said with a frown, trying not to be too frustrated. I'm a genius, Naruto said with a grin, though it didn't sound that convincing. You both should take a break. It's important to rest, Sakura said. Naruto, you're using up your energy faster than Sasuke, so you'll need to rest more. Naruto smiled to herself. I've got more energy than they think. She thought, determined to keep going despite what others might think. Naruto, get down now. Sakura yelled. Hi, Naruto responded distractedly, teleporting with his Hiraishin kunai. But I want a pet. You're not getting a pet, Naruto, you're impossible, Sakura replied. Naruto scowled. When I want something, I get it. He muttered under his breath, Banshee. Don't call me that, idiot. Sakura snapped. Sasuke sighed at his teammates' antics. He hated being in a team with only girls. His gaze shifted downward, and a smirk appeared on his face. It wasn't hard to guess what caught his attention. Naruto felt the gaze and smirked herself. Enjoying the view, Orochimaru? She teased, hearing Sasuke choke as he quickly turned away. Idiot. At Tazuna's house, Kakashi greeted them with his usual cheerful demeanor. Ah, my cute students are back. Naruto shot back, shut up, Kakashi-sensei. And what's with everyone calling me cute? Her eyes then landed on the food spread out on the table. Ladies first, She quickly dove into the meal. Her teammates' sweat dropped at her behavior, but Sasuke was hungry too. "What, lady?" he muttered, sitting beside Kakashi, while Naruto shot him a glare. "You're such a pervert, Urogenon," Naruto muttered. Takes one to know one," Sasuke replied with a smirk. Naruto narrowed her eyes. "Urogenon team," she grumbled. Their bickering paused when they heard a soft sob. Turning toward the sound, they saw Inari, the young boy, crying. Naruto raised an eyebrow, confused by his outburst. "What's his problem?" Inari yelled, tears streaming down his face. "What's the point? You're all going to get killed. You'll never win against Gato and his men." Naruto's expression hardened, her tone sharp. "You have no idea what suffering is, kid. Try living with a huge, powerful beast sealed inside you and share your mind with it. Then talk to me about suffering." Her teammates exchanged glances. A mountain-sized fox? What is she talking about? Sasuke and Sakura thought simultaneously, watching the heated exchange. Inari, still in his emotional outburst, replied, "You don't know what it's like to lose someone close to you." Naruto's eyes softened slightly as she spoke again. "I wouldn't know." "Why?" "Because I've never had anyone to lose." A small, wistful smile appeared on her face before she turned away. As Inari walked off, Tazuna explained, "Inari wasn't always like this. He used to smile so brightly, before his father, the town's hero, was killed by Gato's men. His father was the first victim of Gato's tyranny." The story left a heavy silence in the air. Naruto, suddenly feeling the weight of the situation, stood up from the table. "Later, everyone," she said, leaving abruptly. Sakura stood as well, a concerned look on her face. "Naruto, where are you going?" "Out to prove that all this is worth the risk," she snapped as she walked out the door, leaving her teammates in thought. Naruto's perspective. "Stupid kid. Kurama-kun, why were you sealed inside me? Just let me sleep, Kit," Kurama's voice rumbled in her head. "And for the record, I'm not a mountain-sized fox. I'm 2 mountains high." Naruto shook her head. "Yeah, whatever. You're still huge. Do you want me to take over your body?" Kurama growled. "I'd love to see you try," Naruto muttered. Her thoughts shifted back to Inari. How dare he claim she didn't know suffering? She had been hated, misunderstood, and forced to carry the burden of Kurama for most of her life. Did he even know what that was like? She slammed her fist into a tree, releasing some of the frustration that had built up. She had endured enough. Her childhood had been a constant struggle, and yet here was a kid, thinking his pain was the worst of all. Uchiha is... well, how should I put it? He doesn't show much emotion. "I want you to get close to him," he said. I was a bit surprised by that. "Seriously? That's the plan? Get close to him?" I thought. I usually do that kind of thing when I want to impress someone, but this was different. "Fine," I replied, "I'll do it. But only to see his reaction when things don't go as he expects." I chuckled a little, and he joined in. "But you didn't have to be so dramatic about it," I added. "I know," he said casually. "You were just being difficult earlier." "Well, you did catch me off guard," I said with a grin. "Should we get Hinata involved in this too?" he asked, raising an eyebrow. "She's my best friend, and I think she'd help out," I replied, feeling a little protective of her. "You look intense when you say that," he teased. "Yeah, you've said that about a lot of things," I shot back, smiling. "Oi, Naruto, Kiba," came a voice. We turned to see Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji walking up to us. "Hey, Naruto, are you and Kiba, like, a thing?" Ino asked, sounding curious. I blushed, but I quickly shook it off and said, "Shut up, Ino. We're just planning a prank." "Stop calling me that. My name is Ino, not Bimbo." she said with a huff. Almost the same thing, I muttered under my breath as Ino groaned in frustration. So, what are you two planning? Choji asked, looking genuinely interested. Choji was a great guy, kind, loyal, and always ready to help out, even if some people didn't always notice. We're planning to prank Sasuke, Kiba said with a grin. Naruto's going to surprise him. And if we're lucky, I added, we might just get him to rethink some things. That sounds like a fun plan, Choji said, nodding with a smile. Yeah, let's stick to it, Kiba agreed. I turned to Kiba. Where's Shino and Hinata? I asked. They're working on our teamwork, he answered with a grin. Sounds like a good plan, I said as we walked toward the training grounds. As expected, I saw Sasuke training with his shurikens. I had a feeling he'd be there. There he is, I muttered, watching him closely. He always looks focused when he trains. You think everything looks impressive, Kiba joked. But hey, you've got the charm to pull this off. Now go show him what you've got. I gave him a playful look before walking over to Sasuke. He didn't notice me at first, so I decided to make my presence known. Sasuke, I called out. Sasuke turned, surprised by my sudden approach. What do you want? He asked, his voice still cool and distant. I took a deep breath, then said, I came to talk. I think we need to work together. That's all for today, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to Anime Dreams for more exciting content. Thank you so much for your support. Best regards, Anime Dreams.